Yeah, these three other problems were.
They're super finicky. I mean, it's just the pHs, and you grab them by a base, except for that one. The grams.
All right, the grams one we did yesterday,
Yeah,
didn't we?
yeah, we did that.
So you should have the answer to that one. You know, this is 10 milliliters of acid, 100 molar sodium hydroxide. So 5 milliliters is what we call what? Half the first equivalence point. 10 milliliters we call the equivalence point, the first equivalence point. C, milliliters of sodium hydroxide at pH 7. pH 7, well, we have to figure out what region we're in. pH 7 turns out to be the second buffer region, so this calculation is very similar to the other one. And the pH of 30 milliliters we would call the third equivalence point. There we'd have to do solution dilution, step 1, step 2, step 3, and then figure out actually step 4. Would be step 4 to figure out phosphate, KB1. Could go on to step 5, KB2 for phosphate, but another titration. This is the titration we did in lecture, right? So 5 milliliters is the half equivalence point. 10 milliliters is the first equivalence point. 12.5 milliliters is in the second buffer region. Where in the second buffer region would that 12.5 milliliters be? It would be the 1/2 of the second?
Yeah.
No, it's not 1/2 of the second.
No, still.
If it were the half, it would be a 15, right? 15's at the half, so this would be at the quarter. If you remember the numbers, this would be the pH is equal to pKa minus 0.67. If you remember the numbers, because that's a very common. The quarter, I'll tell you, they're more easy ones to get. We did the quarter, we did the 3/4, we did the 1/10, we did the 1/11. Those are very rapid, if you remember the numbers, right? The 1/10 is pKa minus 1, or not 1/10, that was wrong. 1/11 is pKa minus 1. The 10/11 is pKa plus 1. The 1/4 is pKa minus 0.67. The 3/4 is plus 0.67. Do you guys remember those calculations we did in class? The more times you see it, the easier it is to remember. And then these are so quick. Boom, boom, boom. We're done. And then C, well, that's a little bit more work because we have to do the full calculations. Or you could do the full calculations for all these, if you want. It just takes you a lot more time. All right, was that it? Okay, that was it. So we'll take a short break and then we'll start the test.